Hello. What you're about to hear isn't real, obviously, but we wanted to see if we could make something that sounds like it could be real in the fictional universe of Five Nights at Freddy's. And we don't have all the answers, I don't think anyone does, so we made up our own timeline and ran with it. Also, we are playing fictionalized versions of ourselves, so we don't actually laugh about real-life child murders. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Hello! Welcome back to the Red String Podcast. I am your host, Ivy.
And I'm Nate. I'm also here.
Yes, you always are. And today we have a very special episode. I have spent the last 5 nights putting this all together, sifting through countless old newspaper articles and old advertisements, and frankly, I may never sleep again. But it is all for you, our dear, dear listeners, that I may never get rid of these bags under my eyes.
I mean, they're like permanent, let's be real here.
Yeah, they're permanent. It's fashion style now.
Oh, yeah.
I just gotta commit to it.
No, kids are pulling
Full
all-nighters.
Uh-huh.
The kids these days, they're pulling all-nighters. They got those they all got bags under their eyes. It's a new thing.
Yeah. Baggage and bags. That's what we always say.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to throw out some words to you, Nate, and I want you to just give your honest reaction, okay?
Okay.
So, singing robots.
Good.
Corporate negligence.
Bad.
Child murder.
Also very bad.
Pizza.
Yeah, that balances everything out.
Yeah. Oh, what, your kid died? Here's some pepperoni. Yeah, balances out.
Got Domino's on speed dial over here, man.
At the children's hospital.
Oh my god.
Anyway, that's right. Tonight we are talking about the heinous murders that took place at a chain of children's pizza restaurants that also had singing robots in them, otherwise known as the Freddy Fazbear's murders, or the missing children's incident, or so many other names, because I swear, here on Red String Podcast, we only unravel the most stringy, the most complicated of crimes. So why was I surprised that this was complicated? This crime, or string of crimes, has like 5 different names, so I'm going to go by those 2 only.
Oh, there's more than one set of dead kids?
Hey, no spoilers, okay?
What?
Only one spoiler, and it's going to be delivered by me,
Man,
because
I'm in the dark
I just wanted
here.
to say
I'm in the dark. Yo,
Yeah,
chill.
well, so are those kids. Anyway, all I wanted to say up front is that this is all alleged because, slight spoiler here, we don't actually know who the killer is officially. I mean, it's pretty obvious who it is, but officially, we don't know. And something our listeners may also notice is that Fazbear Entertainment, who we will talk about, is pretty obsessed with their public image, so anything we say is speculation, and oh god, please do not sue us. I swear we are just doing it for fun. We do not have the money to get sued.
This is satire. I promise. It's all
Yeah.
satire.
It's satire. We're just telling jokes here. Just gaffes.
There we go.
And child
Yeah,
murder.
laughing about dead kids. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not serious. How could it be serious?
Exactly.
Anyway, we start out with these 2 guys named William Afton and Henry Emily, which is the most unfortunate name I've ever heard about. The guy has 2 first names. Anyway, they met in college in Hurricane, Utah in the early 70s. They met in a robotics class. Henry was majoring in robotics. William was majoring in business, I think. Anyway, the point is, they eventually decide to open a kids-themed restaurant where these animatronic animals sing at you while you're eating greasy pizza. A concept that, while fairly bleh. God, it's like I don't even have a podcast.
Do we really though? Like we just talking
I
to
don't
a
know why
microphone
people listen.
and then
I don't know why people listen.
yeah.
Blah. A concept that, while fairly uninteresting now, was actually very impressive at the time. But what really put them on the map was their invention of spring-lock suits. This meant that the animatronic could function like normal, singing on the stage, but with a crank on the back of the suit, it could basically hollow out enough for a person to fit inside.
That doesn't sound safe. I don't like that.
No, it wasn't So the two guys open a place called Fredbear's Family Diner, and it has two performing characters, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, a golden bear and rabbit respectively. No one knows why they chose those characters, but they did, and now here we are.
I mean, it's a bear and a rabbit. They're cuddly and, well...
I guess.
well, one of them's cuddly, but the other one can kill you. But...
Yeah.
Well, I guess both can kill you if we're talking about this.
Yeah.
I mean...
Both have killed you.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Anyway, by the time that Fredbear's Family Diner opened, there was a separate, really big conglomerate that was buying up all of the other independent robot pizza family entertainment restaurants, which is the craziest sentence that I've ever said, because why would we need more than one in the world?
I like them. I think they're cool.
God. The 70s, it was the Wild West of robot pizza.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, one of those was Chica's Party World. That was the most prominent, and it was actually one of the first, like, independent pizzeria robot places to start up at that time, but no one remembers that now because of everything that happens later. The company also eventually purchased Fredbear's Family Diner, and this company's name was Fazbear Entertainment. Oh boy, here they are, folks.
All right, we got our I guess our antagonists, question mark?
One of them, I'd say. The other one, we'll get to him. But the one thing that I was very confused about in my research is that apparently the bear motif was a complete coincidence.
Oh.
I guess bears really are just the robot default.
I mean, it's like, you got Smokey the bear, and you got
Yogi the bear.
Yogi Bear, yeah, and Boo Boo, and
other famous bears.
Other famous cartoon bears.
Yeah.
Does Scooby-Doo count as a bear? He's kind of a bear, right?
What the hell did you just say to me?
Does Scooby-Doo count as a bear?
He's a dog.
But he's big and he's brown, so he's basically like half bear.
Have you never seen a Doberman?
No, I've seen Doberman before. Like, I know Scooby's a Great Dane. I know that.
Oh, he's not. Oh my God.
We're reaching.
Now we're
reaching
both
here.
idiots.
I'm reaching. I'm trying to reach here.
Okay, we gotta move on.
All right.
Okay. So, what Fazbear Entertainment does is it opens up a new chain of restaurants in 1983, starring some of the most recognizable characters from the other restaurants that they assimilated. Those characters were Chica the Chicken, Bonnie the Bunny, Freddy Fazbear the Bear, and Foxy the Pirate Fox.
Poxy the Smallpox.
Yeah. Foxy the Smallpox, to kill your children even
My
faster.
favorite character.
God, and can you blame me? These names are so redundant.
Well, I mean, they're trying to be alliterative.
I guess. So, Henry Emily is all for this buyout. He's the one who's making the animatronics, so obviously a bigger company to send them to was a great opportunity for him. William Afton, on the other hand, is first and foremost a businessman. He was not happy that he would have to surrender part of his profits to someone else. Apparently, he was briefly banned from entering any Fazbear restaurants for a while.
Yes, you're not allowed to enter your place of work.
I guess. I mean, technically, well, I'm getting into that. Technically, he didn't own these locations, but... So, Fazbear Entertainment immediately opens up two new locations. The first, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and a more expensive Freddy Fazbear's Juniors. Mm-hmm. They also even start up an awful kids show with more recycled animation than Scooby-Doo, actually. It's
Perfect.
insane. It's literally them running back and forth in hallways the whole time.
Yeah, I know the kids show. I remember seeing it on TV a few times.
Yeah. But Fazbear Entertainment let Fredbear's Family Diner stay open because they were kind of grandfathered in. This eventually turns out to be a very bad mistake. So, okay, quick tangent into William Afton's personal life because it directly ties into what happens next. So, he had 3 kids. Older son named Michael, middle daughter named Elizabeth, and youngest son named Evan. Sorry, in my notes I wrote EVA, but that's got to be Evan, right?
I think so. I mean,
what else would that be?
Unless the kid's name is Eva, like a girl's name. I mean, it's the 70s, but I
like,
mean, maybe they're really
or
forward.
like initials.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know. Evan. It's Evan, probably. In 1983, Afton had gotten so mad at Henry Emily that he was just starting up his own singing robot pizza restaurant, apparently called Circus Baby's Pizza World. It actually opened up for only one day, but there was apparently a gas leak, which ended up killing his daughter, Elizabeth.
Sussy, sussy.
Yes. It's not...
Yeah.
A lot of people find that to be suspicious.
And of all the themes, too, circus, like, people are
yeah.
already...
Circus baby? What?
Kids are already scared of the robots. Kids are scared of clowns.
Kids are scared
and
of
kids
babies.
are scared of baby clowns. That's like the three worst things you could do to combine them together. That's like the worst marketing thing, honestly.
I swear.
And you said this guy was a businessman.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I guess he's not a creative.
Business.
He's not a creative.
I don't think so. Okay. So
right.
Henry Emily also had a kid. He had a 5-year-old daughter named, like, Charlotte. So there was a security system added to Fredbear Family Diner, a thing called the security puppet. Its job was to watch for specific colored armbands on kids. So the kids would have these matching colors with the adult that they came with, and the puppet would kind of peer out of this little box to make sure that no one left the building when they weren't supposed to. So one day in 1984, the last employee is closing up for the night and notices that the security puppet box has these other boxes stacked on top of it. Apparently, it was sort of a common practice. The kids would do it because they were, like, bored or whatever. The employee removes the boxes, and the puppet is missing. So they go outside. It's absolutely pouring rain, and it's muddy. And after looking for the puppet for a while, they find way more than they bargained for. The puppet was heavily damaged and slumped over the body of Charlotte Emily, which, my God, this is the first example of Fazbear Entertainment corporate incompetence. Like, why would you let an animatronic figure control the security of the kids?
Why would you give it access to go outside?
Yeah, why would you? Why does it have legs?
Did it go outside?
Yeah, I found this, like, forum online from the 2000s, and it was like, it was like a meme. It was like, why did the puppet have legs? Why could it move? Why does, like, no one knows is the thing.
Yeah, it stays in the box.
It stays.
So why does it have legs?
God, it was. Anyway,
that's like, I would imagine it to, like, hop around the box like a little Jack in the Box, like, pogo thingy.
Exactly.
That would be
exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
if it walked around at all.
Yeah. They found some tire tracks in the alley near her body, but the employee had accidentally stepped directly in most of them, so they never got forward to ID them. They never went forward. And the security puppet was immediately removed and turned into a weird prize counter mascot for the juniors location, which is all it should have been in the first place. Then, a few months later, Afton's youngest son was accidentally killed by the oldest at the young kid's birthday party in the diner. So, the older kid, Michael, was apparently messing with Evan, and he was holding the kid up to the golden Freddy suit, which had been in use for all these years. And Springtrap suits, fun fact, have a extremely serious fatal flaw. They snap back.
Literally.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry. I had to.
How dare you?
You said it and I had to say
They have
it.
a fatal,
I had to say it.
Okay. So they're open, and they snap closed when they're exposed to water. And this kid was straight up crying into the mechanism of this thing's mouth. So it snaps down on his skull, and the kid goes into a coma for 5 days, and then he dies. Okay?
Shit.
Yeah.
And so the brother killed the other.
Uh-huh.
So this is like Cain and Abel or some shit?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Afton's wife, who, as far as I was able to find, was a ballerina, maybe, divorced Afton, took Michael with her, and went back to her maiden name of Schmidt. And Fredbear Family Diner finally closes down completely, and the Springlock suits models are retired in all the locations, of which there are now only 2.
So she wasn't mad at the kid?
I guess not. I mean, it's an impossible situation. It's like the trolley problem of your son killing your other son. I don't know.
No, it's your son kills your other son, so either A, you disown your child for being a murderer, or you B, send him to like juvie or rehab or something, or like some kind of facility for child murdering children.
I guess. I don't know. But she divorced Afton and took Michael with her. Anyway, I just wanted our dear listeners and you to make note of the timing of all this, because after Afton loses the last two of his children, we get to the missing children's incident of 1985. This incident is the most well-known part of the Fazbear murder saga. All the kids were 10 to 12 years old, and they all disappeared from parties held at the Freddy Fazbear's location. First was a girl named Susie Carmichael, whose dog was found dead right before she went missing, and it's assumed that this is how the killer first made contact with the girl. Kill the dog, get the girl, and kill the girl. The classic formula.
Yeah. Bundy wishes he knew.
Oh, God. Then there was Fritz Voles, Cassidy Griffin, and the brothers Jeremy and Gabriel Cawthon. With the last two, there was actually video footage of them being led to a back room by a man wearing a Spring Bonnie suit. That man was William Afton.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes, that man was allegedly... No, we know it's William Afton. It has been seen.
I thought this was satire. I thought this was satire, though.
It's satire, but also in the video footage, it is him.
Okay.
Okay, he was eventually charged with all 5 of the murders, and the prosecution basically set out the same timeline of events that I just did. A seesaw of awful things happening to Afton's children, and then him allegedly going out and killing children. First, the child of the man who he hated for selling out, and then 5 children who were around the same age as his own son, Evan. But those darn Fazbear defense lawyers kept going back to one thing. The bodies. They never found the bodies, so who's to say that they are even dead? And that worked. He was found not guilty, and even worse, he was given a job.
Wait, okay.
Yeah, work through it.
You just had bad PR.
Yes.
Because some guy supposedly killed 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is proven innocent, and you, on technicality, and you don't try to distance yourself from the guy? Like...
I guess. God, this whole story is just Fazbear Entertainment literally enabling a murderer to keep doing what he does.
This is like the second chance-inator over here, man. Like,
yeah. Freddy Fazbear's Entertainment, where you get a second chance no matter what you've done.
God, I should get a job there.
Yeah. Wait, what have you done?
We'll cover it in another episode. No. Don't worry. We'll cover it in another episode.
Next episode, I am killed by Nate on stream.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
So, yeah, that Fazbear location that they had closed down, it was the first one that they opened. It had been closed down for a while due to it being a crime scene, but Fazbear Entertainment let William be a night guard there when it finally reopened.
Wait, quick question. So, did he bury the bodies? Like, if they didn't find the bodies, like...
Yeah, they never... Okay. No one ever officially found the bodies. But, see, in my insanity-inducing research for this episode, I found some old news articles that say that people were apparently noticing an awful smell coming from the animatronics, and that they were leaking a dark substance. And at one point, someone literally says that they smelled like death. And not to get ahead of myself, but in a few years after this, in 1987, when William Afton disappears, he straight up disappears, all the animatronics in the building had been taken apart. He was 100% getting rid of the bodies. I mean,
oh my God.
He was getting rid of the bodies, and he just disappeared into the woods like a evil murder hobo.
Oh my... Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean...
How do you fit it in there? Like,
I don't know.
Like, did he cut them up, or did he...
No one... There's a working theory that Henry Emily used the same, like, sort of mechanics for the Springlock suits as he did in the regular animatronics. So there was a lot of empty space in there, is the thing.
Okay. So just like a lot of space to just shove children inside. Okay.
Apparently, I'm starting to think that maybe Henry Emily kind of has something to do with this too, because he just drops off the map after his daughter is killed, which, like, understandable, but dude, your friend is killing people.
I mean, maybe he just kind of like distanced himself from the company or something after that, you know?
I guess.
Or maybe William killed him too.
Oh, maybe.
Now we're getting into the real shit.
Yeah. And okay, actually, Afton totally disappears from our story too, because the next like 30 to 40 years of weirdness that happened around the Freddy Fazbear name are directly attributed to Fazbear Entertainment themselves.
Okay. So he's like the first domino, and then
he's the first domino.
And then everything just kind of trickles down from there.
He's like the finger that pushes over the domino.
Okay.
No, Freddy Fazbear's, they're the finger. They are the hand that allowed all this to happen.
Oh, yeah, because they gave him the job, right?
Yeah, they gave him the job. They gave him the money to find these children. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got, so he, and then it's like those domino art videos, and like the domino art is like a pizza.
Yeah. So at this point, Fazbear Juniors is the one location left to not have any scandals. And Fazbear Entertainment seemed very determined to keep it that way. They replaced the older animatronics with these newer, plasticky ones that were small and couldn't have bodies shoved into them. And they were also hooked up to a criminal database that could apparently detect the faces of predators.
No, I call bullshit.
Yeah, I know. This is the 80s. It does not sound real. It's insane.
No, you couldn't tell, like, you could just tell, like, oh, that's a person. You couldn't identify them from, like, a camera, let alone a camera inside of a robot.
Yeah, my gosh.
Unless you had, like, NASA on the team.
Yeah, NASA. Making pizza for kids since 1987.
Soon we're gonna see Freddy in space or something like that.
Freddy in space. Yes, they're gonna, the old X-Men comics, they're gonna take the old cartoon and they're gonna put it on Disney Plus and continue it or something.
Oh, perfect. Just what I wanted.
Yes. Okay, so these things spared no expense, as a Jurassic Park character might like to say. And it sounds safe until I read about this one attraction where the kids could take apart the old and very complex animatronics. One of which was apparently so weirdly formed and ubiquitous that the employees referred to it as the Mangle. And it was this mangle that bit into the skull of 23-year-old Jeremy Fitzgerald, the security guard at a pizza party that was happening one day at that location.
Wait, is this the bite of the 80 bite of 87? I heard.
Yeah, this is the bite of 87.
Yeah, I heard about that one on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that. And actually, contrary to popular belief, he actually lived. But he did have to have part of his frontal lobe removed in the process. So kind of a handoff, I guess. He gets the rebar guy, the guy who got his
Phineas Gage
Phineas Gage. He gets the Phineas Gage treatment.
Oh yeah.
Coming soon to a spa near you. You want to stop having thoughts? Remove your frontal lobe. It's fine.
Yeah. Just get a hot. They do like a hot metal bar massage.
Yeah, yes.
Except it's, it's like
you want
in your
something
brain.
a bit more interesting? We have animatronic metal teeth. I am Italian. I don't know how to do accents. Anyway, Freddy's Jr. just closes down immediately. It only took one scandal for them to close this time, and after the animatronics are put back together in the first location, there is now only that location left. Kind of. So, even though Afton is gone, he apparently never let go of his circus baby pizza world dreams, and he apparently kept all of the animatronics in his house. Fazbear Entertainment, ever the greedy bastards, decided to rent out these things to people's private residences.
I'm sorry. Wait. So you can, like a robot rental service?
I guess.
Yeah, why hire an actual clown when you can get a robot clown, you know?
You can get a robot clown that can't be killed.
Yeah.
So a list I was able to find of the rentable animatronics were Funtime Foxy, Funtime Freddy, Bon Bon, Circus Baby herself, Mini Renas, Bitty Babs, and Ballora. Ballora.
I like Ballora. Ballora sounds nice.
Yeah, Ballora. But that also quickly closed because 2 maintenance workers were, this is a direct quote from an article I found, found hanging in the underground facility along with a seemingly unrelated but nevertheless shocking amount of blood. Underground facility.
Explain.
I can't. That's all that they say. Apparently, I guess, Afton just had some evil scientist bunker underneath his house where he kept these
had
things.
The bat cave.
Yeah, he had an awful evil bat cave. He's filled with sorrow.
Were there any bat animatronics?
No.
Because that would have tied it together perfectly with the
Honestly,
bat cave
that would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we know where the underground facility was?
It was under his house. Which, how'd they get the zoning codes for that?
What?
I don't know.
Okay, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, but, it's fine.
Maybe he just lived in a rich area.
Maybe. So, the last Freddy's properly closed 6 years later, when a longtime employee named Scott something was found stuffed into one of the suits. Interestingly, Afton's son, his last son, Michael, now going by Michael Schmidt, was working there when the body was found. Like father, like son, I guess? A murder family?
He's already got one notch under his belt.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he's just continuing with murder. There were some people, apparently, who said that Michael was seen around his dad's house right before the bodies were discovered in the evil bunker, but we don't know if that's real, but I'm choosing to see that as real. He definitely is also killing people, I'd say.
All right.
That's what kind of sucks about this story, is that there's no real, protagonist.
Dang.
There's no one that you follow. If I was going to write a screenplay about this, I guess I would make it about Michael, because, he's the most central, but there's really no, person to root for that we know of.
Yeah, okay. I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, and so with that one last death, that one last closure, that was it. For 30 years. And while the first part of the story is characterized by the speed at which these tragedies occurred, the second part is more punctuated by the length at which everything happens. In 2023, a man already contentious in the true crime community for making Atari-style video games about the dead children decided he wanted to capitalize even more on the urban mythos that the Fazbear murders had attained, and attempted to make a Halloween Horror Nights-style haunted house, complete with a scare actor pretending to be a security guard, which I guess was the reference to the actual ones who died, a few archived recordings they had found that apparently explained the springlock suits, and a authentic animatronic suit from one of the locations.
Wait, the guy that did Fazbear Frights made video games?
Apparently, they didn't really mention anything directly about the killings, but it's just the implication of using the characters in an 80s style video game system. The implication was clear.
Okay.
So, apparently, he should have just stuck to game design, because before the attraction even opened, the old building they had bought to mimic a pizzeria location burnt down due to ventilation problems. However, a long-running theory is that it was a case of corporate espionage on behalf of Fazbear Entertainment. If so, that is not our last case of arson.
By Fazbear or arson in general?
In general.
Okay.
But maybe by Fazbear, who knows?
Oh, shit.
Because next, oh my god, okay, we're almost done. Last stretch, come on! Okay, we have the franchise era. For a few years, Fazbear Entertainment wanted to rebrand themselves. They wanted to put forth a more wholesome hometown vibe.
So they wanted more money.
Oh, you know
and
it.
They wanted to appeal to the Hicks.
Maybe. Or also, they just wanted money from everyone who were like, Fazbear's, I remember that place from when I was a kid. It can't be that bad. There's no murderer anymore. Whatever. It was appealing to the childhood nostalgia market, I think. So they opened a few locations in the Southwest, Midwest area. And this era is actually, I think, special for both of us because I went to a birthday party at one of these locations when I was like 11.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The plot
It's
thickens.
getting personal. So, I was at a party for like my first cousin twice removed or something, and it was a weird place. So weird that I actually wrote about it in my childhood journal, which I am now going to read straight from. Names changed, of course. Quote, Oliver's party was fun. I played every single game in the place, and I got enough tickets to buy a giant blow-up hammer. The pizza was good, but my mom didn't like it. There was this weird guy who kept also playing all the games. He had a name tag, so I guess he worked there, but he smelled like perfume and trash. And then, when I tried to get candy from the candy robot, it told me a really sad story about a girl with 5 keys. She had to save some other kids, but she couldn't because she melted the keys together and they didn't work anymore. When I left, I saw the same guy who was working there carrying in one of the robots from the alley near the restaurant. I guess someone left it there. So that's spooky. That's a terrifying thing for 11-year-old me to have written. I don't like that at all.
What, like seeing a robot being pulled into a restaurant?
Just the way, like, I remember this guy. And
it's the guy.
I didn't know it at the time, but when perfume and trash, it's like, it was like death. It was like.
So just Gucci. Any Gucci perfume. Perfume and trash.
Don't sue us, Gucci. This is satire.
Yep.
But it smelled like he was like just putting on all of the body spray he could find in the build. And then he had like heavy foundation, not only on his face, but on like his hands. A weird guy. Weird, tall, like lanky guy. I don't know.
Damn.
Thing is, literally 3 days later, the whole place burned down.
That's got to be surreal.
Yeah.
That's got to be really surreal for you.
It is. They didn't find any bodies, so I guess the weird guy got out.
I mean, maybe he just wasn't working that day.
Maybe. I don't know. I think he looked like he was the only employee in the whole place. It was it was very small.
Okay.
So the next few years were pretty quiet. There were rumors that Fazbear Entertainment was going to make a VR game for some reason, but there was backstage drama and it was never released.
Like, plot twist, like, the beta testers William Afton just came back from the dead and just killed him.
Oh my god. Yeah, like, they put on their VR headset and their eyes just burn.
Or it, like, cuts their face off.
Yeah, it's just like, oh god, the graphics. I have to die.
The hyper-realistic blood is too real!
God, yeah, this story. It's the ultimate creepypasta.
Oh my gosh.
So that VR game went nowhere. But then, back in Hurricane, Utah, where it all started, where they met in college, Fazbear Entertainment took over a huge abandoned mall and made the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzaplex, which has been open for like a week now, and nothing bad has happened. Yet.
It looks cool as hell, though, dude. Like, it has, like,
does.
go-kart, and it has golf, and laser tag.
There's new characters like the
yeah.
Montgomery Gator and Roxanne Wolf.
I really like Montgomery Gator. He seems like a really cool dude.
Yeah. I saw some pictures of the way that they're moving. It looks impossible. I wonder if it's literally just suits. Like if they're not even doing animatronics anymore.
Oh, like it's like a mascot suit thing?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, that would cut down on the robot part of the robot murder.
Yeah, it would just be regular murder.
Yeah, you know.
The whole neon aesthetic is great. I know that we just spent the last however long tearing apart Fazbear Entertainment, but I would be lying if I said I didn't really want to go to this place.
Yeah, no, dude. First chance I get, like, I'm definitely gonna see if I can drive out there.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I get vacation time in like December, so December like 16th or something.
Yo, shit. Maybe they'll do something for Christmas. We should go.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's it. That is the end, so far, of this confusing, very long, often impossibly complicated story of the absolute negligence of Fazbear Entertainment and the murders committed in their restaurants. Oh my god, I don't think I ever want to talk about this place ever again, but if something does happen at this last location, I guess we'll just have to make a follow-up episode.
And you can count on that, listeners.
You can count on that. Join us next week when we talk about the very strange occurrences around Flight 815 of Oceanic. And until then, this has been Ivy.
And Nate.
And thank you for unraveling this red string with us.
Good night.